It has been a super busy week with the tent making, if you will. Um, but I definitely want to get back and just share what I feel like God has been speaking to me. And yesterday I was having a really encouraging conversation with a super good friend of mine, and we were talking about holiness. And, in First Peter, Peter writes that just as the one who has called you is holy, that we should be holy in all of our actions. For it is written, "Be holy as I am holy." And what does that even mean? What does holiness even mean? What is that even about? And I think it's about being set apart. It's about being different. You know, um, there's all these laws that the children of Israel were given in the Old Testament. There's only one of them that's repeated 3 times, and it's about the the not eating a calf that's been boiled or been cooked in the mother's milk, and that was interpreted to not mix meat and dairy. And even Orthodox Jews today, they can have dairy, they can have meat, but they can't have a cheeseburger because they don't mix meat and dairy. And I don't think that's what that was about. You see, there was a form of worship to one of the false gods that was common in that day. I think it was Baal or Baal, however you want to pronounce it, but don't quote me on that part. But the form of worship was boiling the calf in the mother's milk. And so while you might not have been worshiping this God, it could look like you were worshiping this God by your actions. And the example I'm trying to make here is, how different does my life look from the rest of the world? How different is it than somebody who doesn't believe, who doesn't claim to be a follower, a disciple of Christ? And I was talking to my good friend about this because this is something that the Lord has put on his heart as well. And he asked a profound question. He said, if you left the faith, what would change about your life? It was one of those moments where I was like, man, how would my life be different if I no longer claimed to be a follower of Christ? What would change about my life? And so this week, I encourage you, think about how your life looks different than the rest of the world and how you're reflecting Christ to those around you. And does your life look like someone who follows him?